Welcome back. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a video on editing photos on your mobile. I took a 2-year program on photography. I spent 4 semesters straight of learning how to use Photoshop and Lightroom. I'll be going over Lightroom presets, PixArt app, Canva, and just some basic tips for good photo editing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want me to go more in depth on any of the topics that I discuss. This could become a multiple part series, I'm not sure. I will be doing another video on editing on your computer, but for now, let's start with Lightroom Mobile. Okay, let's just get right into it and open up Lightroom Mobile. For the purpose of this video, I am using the free version of Lightroom because I want everyone to see what you can do without having to pay for apps. I generally don't pay for apps, but I do pay for Photoshop and Lightroom already. It syncs with your phone, so I do have the paid version, but I'm not going to be using it today. I did pick out some photos beforehand that I'm going to practice editing on. I did quite a bit of a range of photos. I'm just going to go ahead and import. I'm importing from my camera roll. Let's start with Bo. I took this photo today. He is so cute. So you can see we can crop or straighten our photo. Presets, we all have these standard Adobe ones at the top: color, creative, black and white, portraits, etc. Auto automatically corrects any problems. As you can see, it barely made a difference there because this photo was taken in nice lighting. If you have a good photo, it usually doesn't need a lot of edits unless you want to do something creative to it. The better your photo is, the less things you'll need to adjust. However, sometimes when you're just out and about, you're not out there to take the best photo, you just want a photo, even if the lighting's not like perfect, etc. So that's what Lightroom is for. The difference between Lightroom and Photoshop: Lightroom, you can edit photos in batches. You can also create presets, which is basically a filters where you like pre-save all of the adjustments that you made on your photo, and you can use them onto every other photo. I'm going to try to eliminate as much photographer lingo I have in this video as much as I can, because I don't want anyone to be confused. That's the purpose of this video, right? Since I have a picture of a baby, I want to make this photo white and bright and soft. That's generally what you're going after if you're photographing a child. You can see you have your exposure. Generally, photos tend to be a little bit too dark. So rule of thumb is most photos are going to need to up your exposure on your phone a little bit. Contrast, you can see you can dull it, make it more flat, or you can make it pop more. I'm going to add a little bit just because I like the colors of the shirt. Highlights, a lot of time people like to put them down. Otherwise you can end up blowing out your photo a bit. In this case, I want it to be white and bright, so I'm going to keep my highlights up. Shadows I'm going to bring up as well, only a little bit. My whites I generally like to put up, but you don't want to blow out. See, his forehead and his under his eye there is blowing out, so I'm just going to bring it up a little bit. And blacks. Now if you lower this one, your blacks get darker, and if you bring it up, your darks get lighter. I'm just going to leave it where it is. Now you'll notice at the top of the light option, you'll see the curve. So what curve does is basically, if say you touch up here and create a point and you drag this, your photo is getting lighter. So the top of this curve that you're creating is your highlights. The bottom is your shadows. So you can see as I'm playing with this, it's creating a really nice contrast there. Now I love playing with curve. I use it a lot more than I use these other features here. Okay, color. So white balance, I always leave it as shot, even though there is auto and whatever. But you can use this dropper tool on the right, and you can select anywhere that's supposed to be a true white, a true black, or a true gray. And if you want, you can select the check mark there and it will correct your photo. This one did a pretty good job. It doesn't always. Vibrance, if you want your colors to be more vibrant, you can slide that up. You can take away the vibrance. Saturation, now if you drag it down, it goes black and white. Please never make your photos black and white by just bringing down the saturation. That's a very boring way to do it. You can up your saturation as well, add some more color. I'll add a little bit. I think it's cute. We're bringing out his eyes and his rosy cheeks. Now color grading here is interesting. So you have your shadows, your midtones, and your highlights. So shadows, you can make them warm by doing a yellow or orange color. There's blue, which creates like a cooler feel. I don't generally do purple or green. I'm gonna leave it for this photo because it's of a baby, but we'll get into this for the other edits, so just leave that right now. Effects. So texture, if you really want to bring out whatever's going on in your photos, say you got like say you got a photo of a nice carpet and it's fluffy, maybe you want to bring that out a little bit, you could up your texture. I don't, because I want this to be soft. I'm not going to take it away though, because then you kind of lose the crispness of the photo. So clarity. Next we have clarity. Clarity really intensifies your photo. So if you have a blurry photo that you're trying to kind of save and make it less blurry, clarity is a good one. Dehaze. So if you haven't, say the sun reflects off your camera lens and it creates a glare, if you use dehaze, it will really bring your photo back. And the opposite if you want to slide that down there. Vignette is basically adding a white or black shadow that goes all around your photo. And then if you scroll down, you'll see grain. So grain is a fun one, I think. It makes your photos look like they were taken on a film camera. Now, not everybody wants that because it does take away from the image quality. However, some people like that look. I do in certain situations, not with a baby photo, but I will show you what it does. So if I turn that all the way up there and then you see size comes up underneath it, you can adjust it and it goes blurrier and it starts to look more like a film photo was taken on a film camera. I'm going to slide that back because I don't want that. And then in detail here we have sharpening. So sharpening makes your photo more sharp. Hard to see on this photo because it is sharp because it was taken on portrait mode already. So anyways, so that's that photo. So now we have a photo of Brody and I at the beach. My number one tip is to, if your photo has a horizon line in it, please, please, please always make sure it's straight. That helps your photography skills so much. Obviously you can do like a crooked one if you're being artistic, but if you're doing like a portrait or something, I always recommend a straight horizon line. Now this one was actually straight in camera. I haven't straightened this at all. But if I press straighten, sometimes Lightroom app will automatically straighten your photo perfectly for you, which is great. However, in this instance, it is straightening my photo using the beach line, whereas the horizon line is not the beach line. It is, in this case, the bottom of the trees. So that's a good tip. Now, I like my beach photos to look like they were shot on film. I just think that's a really neat look. So I'm going to go into my presets. I actually have a film preset pack, and you can go through and choose. This one's nice, it's pretty warm. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. So now, as you can see, our faces are pretty dark and so they need to be lightened. So I'm going to go ahead, play with my exposure a little bit, see what I can lift. It's already looking so much better. Okay, I'm going to warm it up a little bit too, I think. Okay, let's go into our grading. Okay, so this preset already has warm undertones built in. It also has warm highlights, but only slightly, so I'm just going to play with it more. Yeah, I really like how this looks. Okay, fun. Okay, I'm also going to turn up some vibrance because I like the color, some saturation, add a bit of a punch, maybe some clarity, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, and obviously I do have my grain up, so you can make your grain small or you can make it bigger. The bigger you make it, the more blurry your photo is going to come out. I'm going to keep it down. You can also adjust the roughness of your grain. See, that's not as rough as this. You might not even notice a difference in grain unless you're like playing with this often. Maybe, I don't know. I'm on Lightroom all the time. So, sharpening. I'm going to turn my sharpening down. I don't need noise reduction or color noise reduction. I don't think anybody needs to worry about those. Okay, you know, I'm pretty happy with this. There's the before and there's the after. I like it. It's really warm, light, fun. It's a nice beach photo. Cool. Okay, I did quickly want to give an honorable mention to PixArt and Canva. So both of these apps, a lot of the features that you would want to use are totally free. Now, Lightroom is amazing and you have lots of options in Lightroom, but if you're not comfortable with Lightroom, I know it can be a little overwhelming. I recommend PixArt and I recommend Canva. So Canva is more for social media if you want to add text, layer, images, stickers, etc. PixArt is for editing any type of photo. I had to go because my babies woke up from their nap, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about presets. With presets, you can create an Instagram theme really easily. This is what I have done. I'm gonna link my presets in the description box below. My presets are between $1 and $8, so they're definitely affordable and they're very easy to use. They also come with instructions on how to use them, with whether you have an Android, an iPhone, or a computer. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye!